Welcome back, Truth Seeker. The victims and the gunmen have been identified in the Tallahassee hot yoga shooting. And if you missed my work last night, you're going to see that the names of the victims follow the pattern we were already looking at. But let's begin with the shooter, who's said to be Scott Paul Beierle. And you'll notice his name is a perfect match with the Masonic motto, Order out of Chaos. If you're new here, this is the practice of Gematria, practice of coding numbers into words. It's important to Freemasonry, and Freemasonry's crucial motto is Order out of Chaos. If you're not aware, the entire world of police is controlled by Freemasonry. It's true in Tallahassee, it's true in all cities and towns of this world. The police station is always in close proximity to the Masonic Lodge. All of these shootings in the media are contrived events for an agenda. Order out of chaos. Create the problem, provide the solution. And the solution to these contrived incidents is to take the liberties and rights away of Americans, such as making it harder to get weapons. If you are new here, there's 4 base ciphers. The alphabetic order, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. That's where Order out of Chaos and Scott Paul Beierle are a perfect match. The next cipher is the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Then the reverse alphabetic order, Z is 1 back to A is 26. And then that reverse order with numerology. The 96 also jumps out from his name in a big way. That's the number for Freemason. Notice Scott and Paul also have Gematria 58 encoded, Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58. If you write out the word 2, as in 2 dead, 258. 77 also connects to Secret Society, as well as Police Department, as well as Police Officer, as well as Power. That name Beierle, Gematria of 133 like government, 38 and 43 like Florida, death, killing. Florida used a lot in these Order out of Chaos events. Favorite state of the gang, no doubt. But here's the more clear pattern, even more than the shooter's name. Last night we talked about how 51 was the number. We had 51 date numerology, mass shooting equals 51. Now we have the victims, Nancy Van Vessem and Maura Binkley. And they actually changed the name of Binkley from last night, which we'll go over. But notice, Nancy Van Vessem and Maura Binkley, all of them sum to 51. This is using the alphabetic order and the rules of numerology. So you'll notice, in mass shooting, it says M's worth 4. That's because M's the 13th letter. The numerology of 13 is 1 plus 3 is 4. A is 1. S, the 19th letter in numerology, becomes 1. So on. Mass shooting 51. Nancy Van Vessem 51. Maura Binkley 51. And as we covered last night, Conspiracy's 51 in that same cipher. Federal's also 51 with the alphabetic order, and this is a federal agenda. You'll notice in all these shootings over the years, same repetitive numbers coded again and again. If you doubt that, I've done the homework for you. I've written a book, Letters and Numbers. It's 773 pages long. It's $10. The longest chapter in that book, the second longest chapter in that book is over 100 pages long. It's on the decades worth of manufactured shootings by the numbers. You read that chapter, you'll see again and again the same encoding. So, other things that jump out about these women's names when you look more carefully. Nancy Van Vessem has Gematria of 177 and 51. So does the word propaganda. The other big one here is the 75. And you'll notice that's coded into Maura Binkley as well. 75. That's another way to code Order out of Chaos. So we got the shooter with the Order out of Chaos. We got the New World Order with the same Gematria. And if you think that's some coincidence, here I want to show you something real quick, just in case you're new here. Hold on. I want to take you back to the New York Times headline about New World Order from October 6, 1940. So this is it, October 6, 1940, New World Order pledged to Jews. And who lives in Florida? Anyway, it wasn't an accident this was the headline that day. That was a date with 75 numerology. New World Order, order out of chaos, order, they're all 75. And they've been doing these types of rituals for a long time, just even before that headline. But, what are the odds that the same numbers would be coded into the victims' names that we were already looking at last night? And also, if you were following me earlier in the day before this shooting happened, one of my readers pointed out that the date was right for a mass shooting. Hours later, they were right on the money. Oftentimes, being aware of this code, you can see what's coming in the news before it does. Notice both of their names also have the number 78 coded within. Again, this is why you want to know all 4 base ciphers, because you see more. Order Out of Chaos has that 78 connection as well. See? So Order Out of Chaos coded all over this event. And in terms of who the New World Order was pledged to, don't forget the Balfour Declaration was drafted in history on November 2nd, 1917, pledging the Zionist Jewish state of Israel. Zionist equals 112. Judaism equals 112. This happened in Florida on November 2nd. And, for all you political people out there, in light of the rigged election coming up, don't forget that the election of the 43rd president, George W. Bush, came down to Florida. He became number 43. His brother Jeb was the 43rd governor. His father was the 43rd vice president. Both of them went to Yale. Home of Skull and Bones, the Masonic order that identifies by a number 322. That's a New Haven CT. His father was the 41st president. Skull and Bones, 41. A whole lot more to that, too. Let's see here. Here's another thing I just want to point out. Oh, by the way, that name Binkley, the 21-year-old victim, the name Binkley has Gematria of 33. And it's always a big number. The police officer speaking out last night was Michael, common name, but a name with 33 Gematria, like police, like masonry, like secrecy, like federal, like order. But I want to show you what her name was. Oh, yeah, and the older woman who was shot was said to be 61. Number we see all the time in these active shooter incidents. That's what they call them, active shooters. But I want you to see how Maura Binkley was her name last night. They updated it this morning to Binkley. They added a Y. But look at the first name they put out, Maura Binkley. Maura Binkley. Same as shooting with the alphabetic order. Same as the word shooting with the alphabetic order and rules of numerology. And this is the one that normally shows up in shootings almost every single time. Notice in the synagogue shooting, they just said that the shooter got 44 indictments. They said 4 people were shot upstairs and 4 downstairs. They always got to come with their 44. The word kill with the alphabetic order is 44. And notice Binkley alone is 109 and 37, just like shooting. This is how her name was last night. They added the Y on. I don't know if they had a miscommunication in how they wanted to code it. But if you missed yesterday's video, 37 was another big number on this. So we pointed out that yesterday also had the 31 numerology. This happened in Tallahassee, 31. Happened at a hot yoga studio, hot yoga 37, like shooting. They said it happened at 5:37 p.m. From Andrew Gillum, the mayor there in Tallahassee, from his birthday to the incident was 3 months and 7 days. It's a lot like 37, isn't it? Remember, we just had the synagogue shooting on 10/27, 10 plus 27, 37. So, also, just for more of that Freemasonry coding, again, it's Masonry and Judaism that abides by this code of letters and numbers. And the reason Freemasonry does is because it's based in Judaism. But Benton Place, where the yoga spot was at, 113, that's the number from the Talmud that says Bava Kamal 113a. It's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't. Benton Place, also 58. Numbers coded twice into the shooter's name. Scott and Paul. Which sounds a lot like Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And again, when you write out 2 with the alphabetic order, 20 plus 23 plus 15. T's 20, W's 23, O's 15. That's 58 as well. 2 dead. Plus the shooter. But Benton plays 58, and then the mayor, Andrew Gillen. His name just like Freemasonry. And we're going to be hearing about this all today, November 3rd, the day after the shooting. Day leaving 58 days left in the year. The day that's a lot like 113, November 3rd. All right, Truth Seeker, we'll leave it there. Of course, for the YouTube censorship, I'm just kidding. All of this was a coincidence. Just some tinfoil hat stuff. All right, until next time.